God bless you. This is Minister Jeff Marbly, moving ahead in Christ Jesus. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about contentment. As we know, contentment is one of those things that is a hard nut to crack. Contentment is one of those things that we look at and we say, wow, we want so much. We want so much out of life. Life has this way. We see cars, we see houses, we see so many things out there, and we just want them. I mean, it's just want to be wanted, and we just have to be we have to be careful of our wants. Well, we can't control the idea that we want something, but we can allow God to help us in our purchasing and in our going after things, and we can allow God to help us in those areas. Everything you want is not good for you, and we got to find that out. Sometimes we don't find that out even until later in life. When we're kids, we wanted this and we wanted that, and sometimes our parents said, you can't have it, and we got upset and we got rocks in our jaws, and we couldn't handle it. But as we got older, we started to realize everything I want, I don't necessarily need, and even when you get it, it didn't satisfy totally. But we have to learn that contentment is a great thing to have in our corner. Let me read something that the Apostle Paul says. It's found in Philippians 4:11. It says, "Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, in whatsoever state I find myself with, therewith to be content." Whatever state you find yourself in. Not saying you're totally satisfied with that state. You may be even still seeking to get further in wherever you're going. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's some other relationship, maybe wherever you find yourself. But you have to learn how to live within that area. Learn to be content in those areas. Those areas that you may want to change, but learn how to make the best of where you are. He goes on to say in Timothy, 1 Timothy 6:6, "But godliness with contentment is a great gain." One thing I found out is there's a hole inside of mankind that can't be filled by the things of this world. Life, sometimes we think if we get a certain mate, if we get a certain car, house, and a certain amount of money, we figure that, okay, maybe I'll be satisfied. But those things won't satisfy. God has a spot in your heart that only He can satisfy, and we got to learn that God is trying to fill that spot. A lot of times we don't want that spot filled by God. We're trying to shove all this other stuff down in it. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Also, in 6 and 7, he said, "For we brought nothing into this world, and for certain we'll carry nothing out." And what we got to understand is, and I don't want to sound morbid, but at our funeral, you will not be bringing anything with you. Everything that you have here will stay here, and whatever you have will be divvied up to somebody, or somebody else will have it, somebody else will be using it, you won't be using it, you won't have need of it. So let's learn that contentment is a wonderful thing. God is trying to teach us how to be content in the things that we have. God is trying to help us to understand that He's the only thing that can fill that void in our life. Contentment is a very important thing. Let's not let the cares of this world pull us into just seeking things that is not even necessary, and just pulling us out there and saying, I want a bigger house, I want a bigger car, I want more money, I want this, that, and the other. We have to learn that whatever state we find ourselves in, therewith to be content. And I just want to make this statement. There's nothing wrong with having things. Things are nice to have. But just don't let the things have you. Don't allow the things to take advantage of you and to run you. You allow God to bless you with the things that you have. Give Him thanks and praise for the doors that He opened and the things that He allows you to have. God is wanting you to know He is your provider. He is your strength. He is that portion that you really need. This has been Minister Marbly, moving ahead in Christ Jesus. God bless you.